What's going on, guys? Criminal Justice here, and today we are back with another GT 5 modding tutorial. Today, guys, the girl is going to be showing you how to install LeFix Speedo. Now, what is this mod and what does it do? So the LeFix Speedo adds a fuel gauge, a speedometer gauge, and an RPM gauge to your game, and we'll be showing you guys how to install that today. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and click the link in the description. It's going to bring you to, not that, it's going to bring you to this page right here. LeFix Speedometer. Now this is done by, I meant to say LeFix Speedometer, not LeFix Speedo, geez, at the beginning of that. This is done by LeFix IKT, if I can talk. Big shout out to LeFix. Thank you, man, for your time and contribution to the GT5 modding community, man. Now, guys, I do recommend that everyone read the description, especially when it comes to requirements and installation instructions. As some of these do not come with a README. Now, right here, this mod does not come with a README, so it's very important that you guys read this right here. You need script_v right there, and it says copy the ASI and the LeFix Speedo folder into the Grand Theft Auto 5 main folder. So that is your main directory, okay? It also tells you right here, using the mod menu, recommended by default F10 or cheat, LeFix Speedo. All right, so that is going to be our default key for the menu. What you want to do, guys, is click download here, put it on your desktop or somewhere where you know how to get to it, and let's go back to our desktop, guys. Pull up your game directory, your GT5 main directory, and now we want to open up our LeFix Speedometer right here. And we want to grab these two files right here, the folder and the ASI, pull them into our main directory just like this, okay, and drop them in. All right. Now, it's probably not going to ask you to replace the file. It's only asking me because I already have it installed. And then if you guys want to and you want to change the keybinds on this, let's go ahead and close out of this and get rid of that shortcut. All right. Now, if you guys want to change the keybinds on this, go into the LeFix Speedo right here. And then if you go down to settings menu right here, guys, right there where it says settings menu, if you go to that and then double click and open it up, this is going to be your keybinds right here. Now this right here, guys, the rest of this you probably don't have to worry about unless you're a controller user, and then you would, go down here and maybe manipulate some of this. But you need to make sure that you know what the key codes are. So in other words, the numbers of your controllers, okay? It's more than just D-pad down, okay? It's got a control ID with it, so make sure you know those before you go changing those up. Right here, guys, F10 is going to be our menu key, so that's what we're going to leave it at. We're going to leave it at F10, and this is how you navigate around the menu, or you can do it with your controller if you're a controller user. With that said, just want to show you guys that real quick. So, sorry about that, guys. If you ever want to come back and manipulate the files and change your menu key, you can do it right here, all right? So let's go back to our main game directory, and keep in mind, guys, to run this, you're gonna have to have script_v, okay? Because it is a .asi file. You're gonna have script_v to run this mod. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and load in the game, and I'll show you exactly how this mod works. All right, guys, the girl said it's showtime. We are gonna spawn down to the airport just to make this a bit more discreet. Oh, and I forgot I cannot do that. Actually, let me go like this, guys. Give me 1 second and I'll fix this real quick. There we go. All right, now we're in the airport. So your menu key is going to be your F10, guys. If you hit the F10, it's going to pull up the menu key. Now you're not going to be able to see anything through the menu unless you get in the car. So let's go ahead and spawn a vehicle. Let me get vehicle spawner, and let me just grab a let's grab a supercar here real quick. Yeah, we'll grab that. All right, so once you get in the car, you will notice there are the gauges right there, guys. It does take a minute to pop up for you, but there are the gauges. Now, you can change the size of these gauges and where they are, okay? So if you hit the F10 key, all right, and you go up to, if you want to disable the mod, of course, you can hit, you can check the mod enabled box, uncheck it, and it will make it disappear. All right, and then check it to make it reappear. Now go to units, okay? Set the units displayed on the different HUDs. All right, so this right here is whether you want kilometers per hour or miles per hour. I'm going to set all mine to miles per hour. This is water, for your water right here. So you got knots, you got miles per hour. I'm going to do, which I don't normally use it on vehicles in the water or my planes, but that's up to you guys. In air vehicles, you can do kilometers per hour or knots. I would recommend doing knots if you're going to do air vehicle, and also knots on water if that's your kind of thing, okay? Everything else needs to be miles per hour if that's what you like using. Speed factor. Go down to speed factor. Distort display velocity by factors may be used if display velocity feels wrong or while screen capturing, okay? So this has a lot to do with your screen capture. We don't need to mess with that. Go to toggle HUD. This is going to be where you want the HUD to show up, like whether you want it to show up on the road when you're in cars, or whether you're in planes, whether you're in the water. This is going to be for trains, your bicycles. So I don't really want it on my bicycles or my train. I don't want it in the water, and I don't want it in the air. I'm just going to use it for my vehicles for right now. You guys keep those checked if you want to, and we're going to go back. And then this is the current setting. This mod saves 3 different settings. However, the setting above are global settings, okay? So you got like a few different settings there that go like this. As you can see, there's your A setting, your B setting, and your C setting right there. It's actually a pretty cool little mod. I dig it. I really dig it. I've seen this mod forever, never could figure out what the name of the mod was, and I didn't believe one of my subscribers had told me about it. I can't remember what your name is, but big shout out to you, man, for letting me know. This mod is awesome, and I love it. So let's go down to features, guys. In here is going to be like enable fuel gauge while driving road vehicles with a fuel tank intended for simple fuel, or any of the mod change the native fuel level. So in order for this to work, you have to have some kind of fuel mod installed. So like it says, simple fuel, or as I recommend, advanced fuel mod, okay? And I'll be showing, I think I have a tutorial on that, on how that's installed. If I don't have a recent one, I'll do another one for you, okay? Brand right here, if you'll look down in the center of that speedometer right there, this is miles per hour where all my speed is, and I untick this, it's going to take the name of the vehicle that I'm driving out of the center of that speedometer right there. See that? Now I like to leave mine so I kind of know what I'm driving, but just for the sake of tutorial, I'll take it out, okay? This right here, show handbrake, display in on gear, display while using the handbrake. So if you want the handbrake to show up, say when you're driving your car, and you hit the handbrake, if I can figure out which one that is. Okay, let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. All right, I'm gonna hit the handbrake. Right there it is. It goes in neutral. So you can select whether you want that to be enabled or not. I don't really, I'll leave it enabled. Keep HUD visible in first person view. So for example, if I leave it unchecked, when I go to first person, the HUD disappears. Now if I go back out and check the box, go back into first person, the HUD is there, okay? So with that said, let's go down to show as passenger. Show HUD while using the vehicle, even as a passenger. So if you got some kind of passenger mod, you can have that ticked as well, okay? Use high speedo backgrounds. The default speedo background maximum velocity fits for vanilla GTA, but with modified handling, it requires high velocity backgrounds by default. However, automatically switches to the next picture if the maximum velocity is reached. So I haven't messed with that. Don't know much about it, and I'm not going to mess with it now. Now, your gauge itself, okay, you can go from analog, or you can go to LEDs, just like that. Now, and you can also turn on. Let me show you the difference between analog and LED. So your analog, and let's go ahead and X out this real quick so we can get rid of that thing down there. And we'll go through the other stuff here in just a minute, guys. So this is your analog. You guys see it's just a regular speedometer, gas gauge, and RPM gauge, okay? And plus it also shows your gears shifting. I think that might be a mod that I have installed that shows that, but it might be this one too. All right, so that's what that one does. All right, so if you go down and you go to if you switch it from analog to LED, then you're gonna get those LED lights right there when you take off and switch gears, okay? Just like that. Well, it's a pretty cool mod nonetheless. Now, personally, I like keeping mine on analog. That's just my personal prerogative. That's what I like. So I'm gonna go back, guys. We're gonna go down to visual, and this is gonna be you can change the color of your needles here. Your needles, your speedometer gauge, all that good stuff. You can use the primary color, or you can untick it. And I didn't mess with this much, guys. If you want to tinker around with it, you're more than welcome to. I have not really messed with it much, but I'm gonna leave that back where it was, because I think that messes with the and the damage intensity, all that good stuff is right here. Everything's here, guys, that you can go through. Placement. Now this is very important, because this is going to be, if you want it on the left, you You're gonna tick that, and it'll switch them around there. It doesn't switch on the side of the screen, on each side of the screen, but it does switch your RPM gauge and your fuel gauge right there. As you can see, it kind of just swaps them around. Okay, I like keeping mine like that. I think it looks cool like that. And then this is your HUD size, however big you want it to be like that. It gets rather big. I'm sure you probably don't need that big, but I'll keep mine about, about right there. And then I think that's where it is. Yeah, mine's about right there. This is your HUD position X, which moves it, left and right. This takes it, up and down. You can move it as far as you want. You can have it at the top, you can have it in the center, in the corner, wherever your heart desires. You can have those gauges right there. Okay. I think I'm actually going to take my HUD size down just a tad, and then adjust the. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. We'll take it over just a tad bit. All right, and then your LED offset. Like I said, I haven't messed with that. So LED offset for main HUD centers. That's for your LEDs right there, guys. Your LED, in other words, your LED speedometer that I was showing you a while ago. Let's go down to. So manual transmission is supported. If you have a manual transmission mod installed, which I do, then you'll see your gears change. I think that's what that is. Now, if I uncheck that, let me go here again. If I uncheck that, it should not. Okay, let's see what it is. Mod by IKTG mods. If both mods enable compatibility mode, they will pass additional vehicle stats. So. Okay, I'll just leave that unchecked, I guess. And that's pretty much it for that, guys. It's set up, it's ready to go. I do have another cool mod that I do want to show you guys how to install, and I will be showing you how to install. If you'll watch my guy here, he shifts gears. See that? See that mod right there? I do want to show you guys how to install that because these mods are so cool if you have what I call a GT5 fun file. That is a transmission mod that I have in right there that allows your character to actually shift gears while they're driving the car. So it's actually pretty cool. I dig it, and I think it's awesome. With that being said, guys, that's going to do it. Subscribe if you're new. Smash that like button for me. Click that bell and click also to miss any future content or live streams. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, God bless, take care, stay in prayer, love one another, and peace out. I will see you all in the next video.